Please tell me, what do you think about the Brexit?
I feel it's a disaster. I was very upset this morning when I woke up and found the result. I was totally shocked and surprised. Being from Scotland, the Scottish nation voted to stay in Europe, but we're part of the UK, so we're going to be stuck with that decision. So this may cause further problems in Scotland. You know, we may have another referendum about staying part of the UK now as well. So
we think that's good for Britain, but we think this is good for Europe as well. You never do better by having an extra layer of government, and that's what the EU represents, an extra layer of government. We're very pro-Europe, we're just anti the EU. And to get rid of a corrupt extra layer of bureaucracy is good for us, but it's good for Europe too.
I personally am absolutely delighted. I think it's a great move for our country. I think there's been a lot of bad press in the rest of Europe about why we're leaving. I think people have focused too much maybe on immigration, which is not to me the key issue. The key issue for me is that the European Union is a big distance away from the UK, both in terms of the psychology of the decisions that they make and the fact that they are unelected. And to me, I want to be able to vote somebody in who I can hold accountable for the decisions that they make. And that's why I am very, very happy this morning.
I think it's fair to say I'm almost exactly the reverse in every way. I'm in despair this morning. I think it's a very bad decision for the UK to leave the EU. I think it's bad for Europe, and I think it will ultimately be bad for the world as well. We have seen with the European Union continued peace, we've seen continued prosperity. I think there'll be a lot of upheaval, and I think it'll be very bad for Britain. And my views are pretty much opposite to Tony's in every way.
Don't you have any fears about the exit?
There will be a lot of overreaction. The market will go up and down, but markets do. That's not a big problem. In 3 months' time, it will have settled down. The guy who leads the German Federation of Industry says we want to carry on trading with Britain without messing about with any interference from the government, and that's what we'd like too. I really don't think there's going to be any problems at all. There'll be people overreacting because people do overreact.
I just feel I enjoy being part of the European Union. We're at an event like this where we're all part of the same bigger nation, if you like, and I just like to be part of that.
I think it's a challenge. I don't think you should live your life in fear. I think you should live your life as an optimist, that things you can achieve and you want to achieve in your life, and you've got the platform to do that. And I think that Britain will move forward. I think we will still be in touch with Europe, but in a slightly different relationship. And I think it will be a good thing. We're not departing Europe. We're not saying we're not interested in being with you any longer. It's the European Union and the bureaucrats we don't like. And we're very happy to trade and to have visitors come and people come to work. That's not the issue at all. We're not trying to run away from you.
And I do find myself in fear. I fear for the environment. We have relied a lot on good environmental controls from the EU to protect our wildlife and our land, and I fear for that. I fear for labour regulations which are undermined consistently in the UK, but at least has some controls in the EU. I fear that those will go. I fear that there will be worsening conditions in Britain. So again, Tony and I are at odds.
This is why the vote was 50-50. You can pick 100 English people and you'll find about half and half.